It's been a little bit since I've done a update video. Obviously, I've shared some updates in This Week with BigC, but there hasn't been a lot of clarity when it comes to what direction my channels are going. So I wanted to talk about that and a few other things. It's crazy that I'm filming this at the end of April of 2024. I feel like 2024 just started. And for me, it basically has, because the end of 2023 and the beginning of 2024 were really bad. So I feel like now is when I'm starting to hit my stride and things are actually like good in life. So in many ways, it feels like the year's just kicking off, when in reality, we're getting close to halfway done with the year, which is insane to me. But I wanted to talk about a few things. So the main thing I want to discuss is where the channels are going. Now, if you're just watching this on the main channel or you're just watching this on the Plays channel, I have a bunch of channels that I operate. Some are more active than others. Some have more subscribers than others. Some are just kind of side projects that are there for fun. And most of these are kind of side projects that are there for fun. Obviously, I'm well aware that based on the trajectory of how things are going, YouTubing is not going to be my life. So I'm kind of just filming stuff on the side. Obviously, it'd be nice if I can make some money eventually. And one of my channels is monetized. I still haven't made a dime off of it, and I'd love for the other one that's close to being monetized, to get there. I don't know if that's ever going to happen, but regardless, I just wanted to kind of go over what's going on with the channels and what the future plans are for 2024, even though we're several months into the year already. So let's start off with the least popular, least popular isn't the right word. The channels I have the least to say about, and we'll go on to the bigger ones at the end. So let's start off with the Thrill Seekers, which, if you don't know about the Thrill Seekers, it is my theme park channel. That channel has been largely dormant for a while, mostly because since I stopped working for Disney and since I stopped working for Comcast, I no longer have easy access to theme parks. Also, because of my health currently, spending a day in a theme park is not the greatest idea. I'm hoping to turn that around. In June, I finally get my health benefits. And one of the first orders of business is I'm going to schedule a doctor's appointment that will hopefully help me get things back on track when it comes to my left knee and my back and all the other constant issues that I'm dealing with. So there's hope for that. But the goal eventually is to get passes and start going back to theme parks, because I miss them. Theme parks are, one of my passions in life. And even though I'm not in the industry anymore, I still enjoy hearing about it, and I still enjoy going to theme parks. So the hope is to eventually get a Disney pass and a Universal pass. I don't know about SeaWorld, maybe at some point, but I definitely want to get a Universal pass and a Disney pass at some point so I can go back to the parks, especially Disney, because I'm actually closer than I was before to the Disney parks, so that's kind of cool. It won't take me quite as long to get there from where I'm at, so going for fun is actually pretty easy. So, but that being said, Thrill Seekers has never been kind of a regular upload channel. It's kind of we upload stuff in spurts when we do something, and that's about it. And that's going to continue. Unlike last year, though, they're assuming nothing catastrophic happens. We should have some really good content for haunt season this year. Last year was the biggest bummer because I was not able to do anything for haunt season. Nothing whatsoever. I didn't go to horror nights. I didn't do anything. And that really upset me. Especially because I've heard nothing but like mostly good things about last year. And I didn't even get to go once, which really bummed me out. So the hope is that that will not be the case this year. I'll go to horror nights. I'll go to Hallow Scream. Maybe I'll do some other haunt stuff. Who knows? But the hope is to go to those events throughout the year, which will be great. So haunt season should be much more exciting this year as opposed to last year. But that's about all I got when it comes to the Thrill Seekers. I don't know what the future really holds because it all depends on when I can get my health back into a better state and I'm able to afford to go to the parks again. So that's kind of all I've got to say about Thrill Seekers. Pokemon channel. If you don't know, I have a Pokemon channel. It's BigCTV Pokemon. It was created back in 2022. It was supposed to come out in late 2022. And it was going to be the new home for all of the Pokemon card openings that Matt and I did. Because if you don't know, back in 2022 especially, Matt and I did a lot of Pokemon card openings. And when I say a lot, I mean a lot. Unfortunately, the channel got delayed until 2023. And by the time it launched, both of us were dealing with financial situations where we couldn't really afford to do Pokemon openings anymore. So we just kind of stopped. So that channel sat there for almost a year with like 4 uploads on it until this year, where I finally decided to go through my archives of videos that Matt and I filmed opening Pokemon cards, mostly from 2022 and some from early 2023, and finally upload them and edit them. So that channel, interestingly enough, is the most consistent channel right now because every Sunday there is a new video. It's not a new video, it's actually an old video that you just haven't seen yet, but there is a new video on that channel every single Sunday from the archives. So that's fun. Also, Matt and I have done a couple Pokemon card openings since then. So there's a couple new ETBs. ETB means Elite Trader Box openings on that channel from the last couple weeks. So you can check out some new stuff. And whenever we decide to do openings, we'll upload those on Wednesdays on that channel. But Sundays until, I think it's January of 2025, I've got a new upload scheduled every single Sunday. So yeah, that channel's going to have lots of content on it. Now after I run out of old stuff, who knows how long it's going to be before new stuff comes out. But, yeah, we have a ton of old stuff on that channel that is coming out regularly. So if you like Pokemon card openings, maybe subscribe. It only has like 20 subscribers, so it's not a huge channel. But if you like Pokemon card openings, subscribe. And, maybe you'll enjoy some nostalgic openings back when I had the stash, and a lot of it was from my old apartment. So good stuff. Plays is honestly it's my biggest channel at this point. If you don't know, BigCTV Plays is my gaming channel, and it's the channel where I have the most subscribers. It's the channel where I have the most active fan base, and it's the channel that I'd say put the most effort into. I mean, I still put a lot of effort into my main channel stuff too, but Plays has been kind of the focus with good reason. So in terms of Plays, the upload schedule's been kind of inconsistent, mostly because, again, with, just starting to catch up from everything over the past few months, and then, having to deal with my health situation, so I can't go out quite as often as I would like. It's been difficult to do what I'd like to do in terms of the game hunting content and other stuff. And then I kind of just need to get in the mood to play some games for the channel, because I mean, it's a plays channel, so it's supposed to have gameplay on it. And I have a couple series in mind that I'm considering doing for that channel. I just haven't started them yet. I might start them soon, just so there's more content on it. Mountain Dew. But more than likely, we'll see some new stuff on that channel fairly soon. Of course, the Bargain Game Hunter is our big series. I did launch a new series on that channel called the Bargain Game Hunter, Bargain Game Hunting 101, which is essentially teaching people the best tips and tricks on how to be successful when game hunting. And the first episode did very well. I have another episode already filmed, and I'll hopefully release that in the next few weeks or so. But yeah, I mean, the series has been popular so far, so hopefully I'll keep making those, and hopefully people will continue to learn those tips and tricks on how to be better game hunters. But yeah, that's kind of the play. I'm just, gonna do some more gameplay series on the channel, and then continue with Bargain Game Hunter and Game Hunting 101. Probably won't be weekly, but whenever I have content to share, I will share them. Bargain Game Hunter and Game Hunting are going to come out on Fridays. So typically, if I don't have a Game Hunter and I have a Game Hunting, I'll release that instead on Fridays. Gameplay series will probably air on, Tuesday, Thursday, something of that sort. We'll see. I'm trying not to overlap too much with other channels, because I don't want my own videos competing against each other. There's a couple exceptions to that, but I'm trying to schedule things on different days of the week than others. And so, if I have a video on plays, I'll try to release it a different day than the main channel, or vice versa. But, it depends on the day. But that's what's going on with plays. So now let's talk about the main channel. And this is kind of the big one that I wanted to discuss. And that is This Week with BigC is coming to an end. Now, I've considered ending This Week with BigC for a long time, to be completely honest. You might remember I did a video, it was either last year or 2022, I don't remember, honestly. But I talked about that technically I did end it last year, or at least put it on hiatus, and I said, well, it'll probably come back when I'm less burnt out. And it did come back, but it's not weekly, and it's every now and again. So what I think is the best foot forward, the best move on that point, is I'm going to effectively do what we did with the Quarantine Chronicles. So if you don't know, This Week with BigC actually began as a series called the Quarantine Chronicles that was started back in 2020 as kind of a glimpse of life during the pandemic. And it was popular, so I kept it going after the pandemic and changed the name from the Quarantine Chronicles to This Week with BigC. And it continued to be pretty popular for the most part. People were enjoying seeing that glimpse into my life and, what kind of stuff was going on. Both for the positive and the negative. One of the things that caused me to put the show on a temporary hiatus was there were several episodes that got a lot of negativity, that people were just attacking me for things that they didn't agree with. And look, you can say what you want. Being mean and nasty for no reason is not acceptable on this channel. I like to be as positive as possible, even when things are kind of bleak. So I don't appreciate it when people are negative just to be negative. It's one thing if they're trying to actually be helpful, but it's another when you're just saying, oh, you're wrong, you did something bad, you're an idiot, just being mean for the sake of being mean, and I don't appreciate that. So that's one of the reasons why I kind of put this week on hiatus, because it's honestly like putting yourself out there and, you know, making your life as public as being a YouTuber is a lot of pressure, because, you know, complete strangers are going to learn a lot about you and about what you do. And sometimes it can be a good thing, sometimes it's not. And sometimes you just don't want people talking about what's going on in your life. And I think it was kind of a mistake for me to be as public as I was during the dark period of last year, and the beginning of this year, where things were really, really bleak. I was hoping I could get some positivity out of my my followers, and I definitely got some, but not as much as I hoped. So yeah, it was a difficult point in my life, but I decided I want to keep doing updates like this, like the weekly, well, not weekly, but like I want to keep doing a vlog style series like This Week, where I share what's going on in my life, but it's not going to be weekly. I'm honestly not going to put a real timetable on it. It might be every 2 weeks, might be every month. It's kind of just going to depend on what I feel like. And we're going to change the name, because this week doesn't make sense because it's not a week anymore. So I'm basically going to relaunch the series with a new name. And people have suggested some new names on comment section for my last episode of This Week, which I thought were some good suggestions. I had like chilling with or chilling with BigC, you know, hanging with BigC. There were a few different options like that. So I want to do something along those lines. I haven't decided what name I'm going to select, and if you have any more suggestions for new names for this updated version of This Week, please let me know in the comments. That'd be great to have some suggestions. But yeah, the goal is we're gonna do one final episode of This Week in its current format. I don't know when that's gonna air. I honestly don't have a whole lot of content for it right now, but I'm gonna try to film some stuff for it, and we'll do one final episode of This Week with BigC. That series will end, and then the new series will begin under a new name, similar format, but new name, and, you know, new time period as to when it will come out. So that is kind of what's going on with This Week. So This Week with BigC is officially ending, and a new series will be born in its rise like a phoenix from its ashes. So same thing, different name essentially, and different time period of time. That's the goal. So let's talk about some other stuff besides This Week that people have been asking about. The Yearies. We didn't do it last year. Still plan on doing it. I know we're already about to be in May, which is a weird time to do a award show from 2023. But I'm going to do the Yearies. I just haven't decided when I'm going to film them and in what capacity I'm going to film them. But I am going to film them. So the Yearies are happening. I just don't know when. I already have the winners selected. It's just a matter of actually filming it and editing the whole video. But that will come out over the summer, and I'll share when at a later date. Also, speaking of summer, another thing that we usually do in the winter that we didn't do was Brosmas. Now, if you don't know what Brosmas is, it is a event that we do every year with myself, Matt, Corey, and Wyatt, and sometimes Shelby whenever he can show up, although he hasn't been there the past several years. Basically, it's Bro Christmas. So since, you know, all of us have our own families and our own lives during the holidays, and the holidays can be very hectic, rather than doing an event during the holiday season, we normally try to do our own bro Christmas where we hang out, we do gift exchange, we, have a fun activity, we have a good dinner. We're do all that in January. That didn't happen this year, so then we delayed it till February. That didn't happen. Then I got my new job and found out I would not be able to take any time off to do Brosmas until June. So then we delayed it until June. And then most recently, Wyatt also got a new job, and he won't be able to do it until July. So we're doing Brosmas in July this year. But the nice thing about delaying Brosmas as long as we have is that it's going to be a lot bigger than it was planned to be. So we had some plans already in motion for Brosmas, and we're going to continue those plans. But we're doing a few things that are different, and one of which I really hope is going to be a big success, because we're putting a lot of time, a lot of effort, and honestly a lot of money into it. We're doing an opening ceremony for Brosmas this year, and it's going to be awesome. At least I hope it will be. We'll see how it all turns out. But there's going to be an opening ceremony video, and if all goes the way we hope it will hopefully spark a new tradition with Brosmas. We're also doing a Brosmas Tournament of Champions, where we're going to play a bunch of games on video, and the winner is going to win a prize, and the loser is going to win a bad prize. So that'll be fun. We're going to do the gift exchange that we did last year with all the presents and, random twists and turns. We're going to do that again. We're going to have a nice dinner. So Brosmas this year should be really eventful in July. So look for that in July. It should be a fun time. That's pretty much what I got. In terms of other videos, it just depends on what's going on. I've mostly been doing food stuff because, again, with my health, I can't really do traveling. I also don't have time off currently. The hope is that before the end of the year, I can maybe go on some sort of trip. That would be amazing. We'll see, but that's the hope. So a lot of it's just going to depend on my health, my knee getting better, my physical abilities getting better. If I can do that, which that is definitely the goal, then things might be a lot different at the end of the year. Hopefully I'll have some more travel videos or some more food review videos. I do have a list of restaurants that opened fairly recently that Matt and I need to go try out. So that's a goal. And there's a few other things going on that we're going to try to do. So yeah, new content's coming on the main channel for sure, as well as Brosmas and the Yearies. They're both coming out over the summer. I might try to film the Yearies in the next few weeks or so and try to release it in May. We'll see. Brosmas will come out in July. And then, of course, the new, whatever the new name is for This Week with BigC, and the new relaunch will be over the summer as well. So that's pretty much what's going on with the channels. I know it's a lot, and there's still a lot of uncertainty in terms of upload schedule and whatnot. I will say my new job, it is nice that I actually have time after work on some days to actually do stuff. So, I can film videos and have time to edit videos after work, unlike my previous job where I basically had no free time whatsoever, and it was terrible and destroyed my mental health. But yeah, I'm just glad that my new job is great, and not only have I enjoyed it, I've been doing very well, and I'm making a lot more money than I have been in a long time, and things are good. Things are good. That's the biggest thing. The biggest takeaway, I guess I can say, is things are genuinely good. I kind of shared that in the last episode of This Week, but things are genuinely good, and things are rapidly improving around our apartment as well. That's another video that we will do at some point, is the long-awaited apartment tour. We meant to do one when we first moved in and when we finished setting everything up, and we never finished setting everything up because of a lot of issues. Things are progressing fairly nicely, so that might change soon-ish. But yeah, that's kind of the goal. So once we get things more settled and once we're able to organize things a little bit better around the apartment, then we'll do an updated apartment tour. We'll show you what has improved, what has changed over our first year living here. So yeah, good stuff. But yeah, I just wanted to share all that. So that's what's going on with all the channels. Of course, hit the subscribe button, click the notification bell. That way you know when new videos drop. On any of the channels. I'm going to upload this on all 4 channels, I think. So that way everybody who's on all those channels knows exactly what's going on all of these channels. So yeah, but anyway, look out for new videos on all of them, and I'll be seeing you.